Ira Epstein with your morning flash update for this Wednesday, the 4th of February, 2026. And we're right now about 8:25 a.m. Central Time. You've got a fairly quiet stock market. Three of the four major indices are up. It's today the Nasdaq down, and we're still seeing that software selling as Anthropic yesterday, if you will, really disrupted the software stage when it put out a module that can do a lot of the software for lawyers. And that just changed the game. You know, people look at how many seats you need in that, and this disrupts that, and quite an interesting day. You're back up in the gold market, and I still think the gold is looking fine. I question silver. Yes, I know it's back to 91. It's a 20-cent rally from the lows that it made recently. Copper, now down another 700 points today, and platinum rising. But more or less what you had here is a big peak in the metals, a huge decline, and now you're getting the markets to try to come back into something of a stability. I know when we say it's up this much, how can I say stability? But that's where I think it's trying to head. The dollar up a little bit, and I'd expect to see a little bit of weakness in the euro in those markets. We do have some news today, so why don't we go to that and come back here in a moment. The mortgage market headline numbers came out bad. Down 8.9% in the index, down 14% in the purchase index, and down 4.7% in the refi. So as we're getting going here for the week that ended January, is rates were back up in the 10-year towards the 4.2 and fractions. That's shutting down that market. ADP, while we saw job growth, it's half of what the market was looking for. The ISM will release their January service sector numbers coming out at 9 this morning. The EIA, will come out with their petroleum stocks at 9:30, and a private sector survey conducted by S&P Global showed China's service sector index edged up to 52.3 from 52 in December, but that's the best reading since October of 2025. A little bit of confidence there. And inflation in Europe, as I come back to the charts, it went up 1.74%, but that's the lowest reading recently, and it doesn't call for the bank to do anything, and that's why I think you're just sort of meandering right here. The bonds and notes just sort of drifting around. As you can see in the energy markets, they're watching developments. And the development they're watching is Iran's change as to what it wants for these talks to go forward. The U.S. is sort of boxed in. There's no way that we cannot meet with them to discuss the nuclear arms. Iran doesn't want to discuss missiles. They don't want to discuss their funding of insurgents in the Mideast. But the big issue, I think, is the really big issue is the nuclear, and the U.S. has nothing to lose by attending the meeting and see if they can get that to stop. It's not only the U.S. and Iran that will attend wherever this meeting is going to be held. It's not going to be in Turkey now, and it's supposed to be on Friday. It's delegates from many countries in the Middle East, so I think that's very important. Grain market's a little bit weaker today and very quiet. They're not moving very much, which I found interesting, and you're getting beaten up still in Bitcoin. So Bitcoin hasn't come alive in any manner, way, shape, or form. It's been coming down steadily for quite a while at this point. So with that, I'm Ira Epstein. I wish you all a great trading day. I will catch up with you all at the end of the trading day today. You have a great one. Take care.